Hello people, this is Kickbase here, and a few weeks ago I made a light show in Minecraft. I'll put the link to that video in the description so you can check out how that looks. But this is a tutorial for it. I'll just give you a quick recap. So you can see there's a jukebox over here, and whenever I put a disc in it, these lamps will start to glow in a certain pattern, and that pattern will change every few seconds. So you just saw how that pattern changes, and in this design there are 9 different arrangements. And how this works basically is there's a piston feed tape that cycles these observer chains every few seconds. And these observer chains are all different depending on how you want the redstone lamps to glow. And this clock controls those lamps. And every time these observer blocks are updated, these lamps glow in a certain order. So that is how it works. So let's begin the tutorial. Alright guys, to start making this, you need to put down your lamps, and you can have up to 15 lamps. So there you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. This is the front end of your light show, and from this you need to have about 9 blocks behind it, 3 blocks above, 3 blocks below, and up to 7 blocks to either side of it. I mean just one side. The other side can be completely blocked off, it doesn't matter. But you need to have at least 7 blocks on one side. So after putting down these lamps, you need to come behind by 3 blocks, remove those, and put down observer block facing towards this lamp. After that, you need to complete this chain of observer blocks all the way to the left. Keep in mind that all these observer blocks should be facing forwards. After that, you need to put down these solid blocks over here between the lamps and the observer. You can just remove those for now. I just put them down for counting. So, and this also is a temporary block. These observer blocks will update these blocks, which in turn will make these lamps turn on. And after that, we'll make the piston feed tape. So guys, in order to make this piston feed tape, you need to take a regular piston and place it above this observer block facing towards the back. After that, you need to come 4 blocks towards the back and 2 blocks above, break this middle block and place a regular piston facing downwards. From this, you need to come again 3 blocks, so these should be 4 blocks in total. 2 blocks towards the back, remove this and place a regular piston facing towards the front. And then repeat the process in this direction. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 blocks, 2 blocks below, remove this and place a piston facing upwards. And if you place blocks above it, you should see that this should form a square that is 4 by 4. You can remove all these blocks. These were just temporary for counting, and those as well. This should be the shape of the piston feed tape, and I'll show you that over here as well. This is how it looks. And for now, instead of placing observer blocks right away, I'll be placing this brown concrete. So, and before that, you need to stretch this piston line to the other end. So you need to place around 15 regular piston on every corner of this tape. So now we have placed all the pistons, and you need to start placing this brown concrete. So from this back end, you need to place 1, 2 and 3 concrete blocks or any other block that you like. Then 2 blocks over here, 2 blocks over here and 2 blocks over here. So this should be the final shape. As you can see, somewhat like an arrow pointing into this direction diagonally. And then you need to stretch all of these rows to the other end. So guys, after placing all those pistons and blocks, we need to start making the redstone circuit. So in order to do that, we need to place some blocks next to all these pistons next to these pistons over here. On the left side of this and behind these as well. And on top of all of these blocks, you need to place down redstone dust. So after placing all of that redstone dust, you need to come towards the right side of the structure and to the back. Then place 2 blocks and a sticky piston facing upwards with a block on top. From here, take a redstone repeater and pointing into another block. Then you need to place one more block towards the front, then come one block below and place a line of blocks all the way next to this redstone line. Then place redstone dust on all of them. Place a repeater with 2 tick delay pointing into another block. After that, you need to place a redstone torch on the front face of this block, a block on top of that torch, and a redstone torch over here, another block, torch, block, and a torch on top of this block. After that, place another block with a redstone repeater on top of it, pointing into this block, and redstone dust on first one and repeater on the second one on 1 tick delay, pointing into a solid block. So this is the complete piston feed take. After that, we need to make another line of blocks over here. So enter this hole and place all of these blocks with redstone dust on top of all of them. Now after making the piston feed tape, we need to start making the clocks. So to do that, you need to come to this lid torch over here and place 2 blocks. Place a hopper pointing into this block. You can remove those now. Then make a hopper clock, 4 hopper clock, and these hoppers are pointing into one another so that they make a chain. So if you put an item into one of these, it will cycle through all of those hoppers. Just don't put one item right now. After that, you need to come one block below this hopper and one block to the back and take a comparator reading from this, pointing into a sticky piston with a block on top. Then place another block with a redstone repeater on 1 tick delay and pointing into another block. After that, you need to come place a block adjacent to this hopper and come one block below and again to the right side and place a hopper pointing into this block, remove it, and another hopper pointing into this, and both of these are pointing into one another. I am just basically creating an etho hopper clock. I'm sure you have heard of it before. Come one block below it and place block like that and take comparator reading from both of these hoppers, and these should point into solid blocks. And place another line of blocks, place redstone dust over there and here, then place sticky pistons just like that, and a redstone block in the middle. And after that, put redstone dust on both of these hoppers holding the shift button, and on this block and this hopper. So, and now place a lever over here and activate it. All of these must be lit and there must be nothing in any of these hoppers right now, so you can put one item over here and about 15 items over here. Make sure that you do not put less than 10 items in this clock, otherwise this system can break. After that, you need to come one block next to this comparator over here and place redstone dust into a solid block, and then a repeater on 1 tick delay pointing into this monostable circuit. So all of the clocks are done, and if you flick this lever, you will see the system will activate. But right now, since we haven't placed the observer blocks, the lamps are not turning on. So next we'll do just that. Alright guys, before we start placing all the observer chains in their places, I'll just give an aerial view of how all these patterns look. There are 9 in total, so you can pause the video over here and check if the observer blocks that you have placed are correct or not. So starting with the first one, here you have one observer block towards the left facing to the front and all of these facing to the right. And in order to place them, you just need to come over here, break this top line of blocks and place one observer block facing towards the front just like that, and all of these facing towards the right. That is one row complete, and after this you can just rotate the piston tape and place another layer, and to rotate it just place a button over here and press it once. As you will see, everything rotates. Then you can break this layer and place in the second row. So the second row is the rightmost observer block facing towards the front and all of them facing towards the left. So again you need to come over here, break all of these blocks and start placing the observer blocks. So come to the right side, one observer block facing towards the front and all of them facing towards the left. So 2 rows are now done, and time for the third row. The third row is slightly different than these two. So you have the first block on the right or the left facing towards the front, depending on in what order you want to change these. So you can mix them up however you want. So in this case, the third one is this. So the rightmost observer is facing towards the front, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks facing towards the left, another block facing towards the front, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks facing towards the left. So you just need to rotate it once. There you go. Break this layer and start placing the observer blocks. So 1 towards the front and then 7 towards the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another towards the front and 6 towards the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then press the button, it rotates, and you can do the same pattern but in the opposite direction. So this time you will have 1 block on the left and 7 blocks. How many tread days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another block to the front and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 4 rows have been done, and you can press this button again. There you go. Now for the fifth row, we have further divided these sections. So first we had just one solid row, then we divided into 2 parts, and now we have divided them into 4 parts. So in the fifth row, you'll have 1 block facing towards the front, then 2 blocks facing towards the right, another block to the front, 2 to the right, 1 to the front, 2 to the right, and repeat it 2 more times. So in total you'll have 5 sections. So break this again. Oh, if only I can get inside. Okay. So remove them. 1 to the front, 2 to the right, 1 to the front, 2 to the right. You get the idea. There you go, 5 sections. Then press this button again. Break this and repeat the same pattern but in the opposite direction. So from the right side, place 1 to the front, 2 to the left, 1 to the front, 2 to the left, and repeat it till you reach the end. Alright, another row has been done. You just need to press this button once again. Just 3 left. So this is the 7th one, and in this all of the observer blocks are pointed towards the front, and the pattern this will generate is that all of the lamps will turn on together and turn off together at the same time. So just place all of those blocks facing towards the front. rotate it once more, break all of these blocks, and this time the pattern is a little bit different from others. You have one observer block in the center facing towards the front, and on the right side all of these are facing towards the right, and on the left 7 observer blocks facing towards the left. So come over here, count 7 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and place an observer block facing towards the front. Then place all of these facing towards the right, and on this side facing towards the left. Press this button, everything rotates, and the last one is on either end the observer block will be facing towards the front, so this one and this one as well, and then you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 observer blocks facing towards the left coming from this block, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks coming towards the right from the left side. So you need to break all of them. One block facing forwards, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks facing towards the right. Another block facing forwards, and all of them facing towards the left. Alright guys, everything has now been completed. So if I click on this lever, everything should work. This is the first pattern, and soon it will turn. There you go, this is the second pattern. And these pistons will behave like that. That is because these observer blocks update them, and I couldn't figure out a way to avoid that. So that is why I said not to put less than 10 blocks over here, because if you rotate these pistons too quickly, and it might jam over here because extended pistons cannot be moved, and it will break the system. So just don't put less than 10 blocks. And now to trigger it with a jukebox, all you need to do is break this and place a redstone torch over here, remove this piston, and a comparator should be pointed into this block, and a jukebox, take a jukebox and place it just right there. So currently this is on and the system is off, and whenever you put a disk in it, it will turn on. There you go. Alright guys, the tutorial is complete. I hope you liked it and you build this in your own world. Thanks for watching.